Of 9 from 11 from that awkward draw. We're just about there for the Group 1 TAB Turnbull Stakes. The field is set to run. Ready at the 2,000 metres. Starter has them. Ready and away. Towards the back, Via Sistina early with also Banker's Choice. Plastic Carousel began well. Young Verta ridden with aggression. Duke de Cessa's up there 3 wide with Bois d'Argent. They were followed by Circle of Fire improving. LES 5 and 6 deeps also searching up. Then came a Tissue, Francesco Gardi. Back in the field settling down as Buckaroo with Via Sistina. They were followed by Valiant King. In the back half is Knight's Choice with also Warmonger and Sharp and Smart. And then towards the back, Quitor and also Banker's Choice at the 1,400 metres. The leader is Duke de Cessa in the Turnbull by a length and a half. Elias got to second from that outside draw. 2 further back is Bois d'Argent, a length and 3/4 Young Verta, and then came Plastic Carousel. 2.5 lengths away in the field is a Tissue on the rails from Circle of Fire. Sharp and Smart on a limb, has only one option to force up. They were followed by Via Sistina, who's tracking wide from Buckaroo, and then came Francesco Gardi. A length and a half Warmonger, 3 deep around Knight's Choice, and they were followed well back by Valiant King, Banker's Choice and Huitor. Duke de Cessa kept them moving at the 850 by 3/4 of a length. LES, if anything, getting a little bit closer. They're a length and 3/4 Bois d'Argent and Young Verta, followed by Plastic Carousel, who's 4 off the lead. 2 lengths of Tissue, Sharp and Smart. Circle of Fire from Francesco Gardi. Via Sistina's looking for a back to follow into it, and they were followed well back by Buckaroo, who has 10 lengths to pick up from Warmonger, Knight's Choice, and then came Valiant King and well back Banker's Choice. So Elias moves up on the outside of Duke de Cessa. 400 metres to go. 2 lengths Young Verta, Bois d'Argent. They were followed by a Tissue into the clear. Via Sistina very wide, and Buckaroo is winding up too. Duke de Cessa at the 200 metres, and Elias there stride for stride. Here's Buckaroo right down the outside with Via Sistina. Duke de Cessa kicking. Via Sistina and Buckaroo are coming together. Buckaroo and Via Sistina. Via Sistina and Buckaroo. Via Sistina, a terrific win, beat Buckaroo. Elias third from Duke de Cessa. Then came Young Verta and a Tissue. Francesco Gardi. Behind them, Plastic Carousel, Circle of Fire, Valiant King and Warmonger. Quitora's neck, Sharp and Smart. Knight's Choice, Bois d'Argent and Banker's Choice.
Chris Waller's ownership, his stranglehold over the Turnbull continues. 6 of the last 10, and his mighty mares Winks twice, Very Elegant in 2020, and now Via Sistina is part of that group that have dominated this race for one of our iconic trainers. And Via Sistina joins some of the great mares like Mackay Diva and Let's Elope to win the Turnbull and then perhaps set themselves up for greater glory throughout the Melbourne Spring. It's a Waller 1-2 with Buckaroo, who was just a different conveyance gelded, running a mighty race off his Underwood victory. Elias, I don't think that horse loses any admirers, and he looks primed for perhaps his tilted a Caulfield Cup off what we've seen there to place. And Duke de Cessa, 700 days between victories. He nearly did a Smoke and Romans and hold on from the front for Kieran Maher. 4, 3, 6, 14. 10th goes the way of Young Verta. He runs well in a Turnbull once again. A Tissue makes it 3 of the top 6 for Waller. They've run 202.62, so reasonable enough time given the conditions. Damien Lane has got himself a Turnbull. He's 34th Group 1, 15 of them now in Victoria. He's with Charlotte Littlefield.
Oh, Damien, she was the mare that came down with the big boom on her. She hit that awful track last start. A little bit rain affected, but a bit better underfoot today. But that must have felt really good off a tough run.
Yeah, she's obviously was the class horse in the field, and I rode her accordingly. And albeit I still think she didn't love the ground, it wasn't as testing as last time out. So I think she can improve again on the firmer footing.
Well, she's pulled up a treat, so clearly that run hasn't taken a lot out of her, and there's a lot more in store for her. Will you stick with her, hopefully, from here?
Yeah, I'm not sure. She goes straight to a Cox Plate. Maybe I can't, but yeah, we'll see. I'm sure J-Mac and K-Mac have got their hands up already, so yeah, we'll see where she goes and work it out from there.
Well, she's a very powerful horse. What sort of feeling does she give you when she lets rip?
Just got a really big stride on her. She just lengthens, I'd say. She just picks up and sustains a really good gallop, more than lets rip. And Buckaroo headed her, and She was just really solid through the line, so yeah, classy mare.
Must have felt good. Well done. Get back in before this rain hits even harder.
Yeah, thank you.
6 wins in the Turnbull in the past decade for Chris Waller's operation. Charlie Duckworth's been a big part of it, and he joins us via Sistina. Those who doubted her credentials after the Maccabi Diva are having a nice slice of humble pie right now. What did you make of her performance?
Oh, she was fantastic today. Look, her run last start was so far away from her true form that you could do nothing else other than put a pen through it. So we're confident that she would bounce back today, and yeah, she was tough. Obviously, Buckaroo is the man on the scene at the moment. You know, he was going for 3 wins in a row, and he's dug deep and still been narrowly denied. So fantastic for the whole team. Everyone. You know, when you go into a race at $1.80 to Group 1 level and you fail, there's a lot of hard sleeps over the next few weeks to bring her back here and to perform like that. It's pretty special for everyone involved with her, and you know, fantastic for Yulong because they really stump up every time, and yeah, they've got an absolute diamond.
Did the team have to do anything specific with Via in the 48 to 72 hours post the Maccabi Diva to either bring her back to condition or just make sure she was okay?
Yeah, we didn't really panic because we knew it was so out of the ordinary. Obviously, we did all the normal things with getting her checked out thoroughly to make sure that there is nothing amiss. But ultimately, we knew had a happy and healthy horse leading into today, and that was the difference. I know everyone was sort of worried about the track and blamed it potentially on the track last start, but I think the tempo of the race and the time in which the rain fell and made it into a real shifty track rather than a genuine soft track. So there were plenty of excuses on that day, and luckily she's made amends today.
So laid out for us, Charlie. She heads to the Valley in all likelihood. Is Buckaroo perhaps on a Caulfield Cup path?
Yeah, look, it's a tricky one. Obviously, Aussie Care and Qatar with Sheikh Farhad and David Redvers will make a decision whether they want a rematch around the Valley, because he did make it pretty tough for her, or whether we step up to 1.5 miles. Look, we won't worry about that today. We'll just enjoy the win and enjoy the placings. Look, it's fantastic. It certainly doesn't